In section 2.6, we are going to graph horizontal and vertical lines, which we've done before. We're going to do the first two with the table, even though I told you we're not going to make tables anymore. After we see which way the line is going to go, we're going to use that to try to graph them without using a table, if possible. Okay, so for this first equation, it says y equals 3. So since there's no x in the equation, it gives me no information about the x's, but it does tell me that no matter what, the y's must equal to 3. Now the x's can equal whatever I would like them to do, but since I'm going to graph it, I want to pick numbers I can fit on my graph. Okay, let's go lazy. How about 1, 2, 3? Although you could also do like -2, 0, 2, some nice numbers like that. Okay, go ahead and draw your axes. It only has to go up to 3 in each direction. Okay, then I'm going to graph these points. So x is 1, y is 3 is 1, 3. So let me go to the side 1, up 3. Draw my point. Okay, for the next one, x is 2, y is 3. So side 2, up 3. This is my next point. Okay, and then my third point is 3, 3. So x is 3, y is 3. Okay, once I have those points, I can see clearly my line is going to go this way. Okay, and if you recall, when it's flat like that, that is called a horizontal line. It also happens to have a slope of 0 because it's totally flat. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and graph the next equation, x equals 2. Okay, now it tells me nothing about the y's, but it does tell me that no matter what, the x column is going to equal to 2. Okay, so x is 2, x is 2, and x is 2. Again, the y's, no information. Let's do different numbers. How about 0, 2, and -1, just to mix it up. But I could have used 1, 2, 3 if I wanted. I could use anything I wanted, really, as long as they're different numbers and they fit on my graph. Okay, let's try to graph this. Let's see, the first point I have in my table is 2, 0. So x is 2, y is 0. So right here. Okay, next one is 2, 2. So x is 2, y is 2. Okay, and then my last point is 2, -1. So 2, -1 is down here. And you might have different points than me, that's okay. But our line will be the same. So we should have this same line. It happens to be a vertical line because it is going straight up and down. Okay, so if you look at these equations, I'm going to go back to the first one. When it's y equals 3 or y equals 5 or y equals -7, when it's y equals a number, it's always going to make a horizontal line and it's going to hit the y-axis wherever it says, whatever number it says in the equation. Okay, this one is x equals 2. Okay, it's going to hit the x-axis at 2 and it's always going to be a vertical line if it starts with x equals. So for these lines down here, I'm not going to make a table. I'm going to try to think about whether it's going to hit the x-axis or the y-axis, and then I'm going to draw either a horizontal or a vertical line. Okay, so the first one says y equals 5. Okay, so let's see. It's going to hit the y-axis at 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I definitely know that's on my line. Since it starts with y equals, it will make a horizontal line. So since I know it's y equals 5, I'm going to go ahead and draw a horizontal line. Okay, since there's no x in the equation, it probably won't touch the x-axis at all. Okay, let's try the next one. And I'm going to try to do it without having to actually make a table. So it says x is 1. So on the x-axis, this is going to hit the x-axis at 1. X-axis is over here, so to the side. It should hit it right here. So there should be a dot right there. Since it starts with x equals, it should be a vertical line. When I was supposed to be labeling this. So this first one was horizontal. The next one is vertical because it started with x equals. Okay, now the third one, it says x equals -3. So I already know it's going to be vertical because it started with x equals. Okay, it's going to hit at -3. So at x equals -3, the vertical line has to go through x equals -3. So it's going to go something like this. And that's a nice line. Okay, let's practice a few more. Because once you get the hang of this, and you need to graph it, you're going to realize it's super fast, super easy. Okay, this is y equals. So before I do any work at all, I already know this is going to be a horizontal line. Okay. If I forget, I can always kind of figure it out. Since it's y equals -2 on the y-axis, it's going to touch the -2. Okay, and because it's horizontal, I can draw a horizontal line going right through y equals -2. Okay, let's see, the next one is y equals -4. Since it's y equals a number, it's going to be horizontal. On the y-axis, it should hit at -4. So let's go down to -4, draw my y-intercept. Okay, and then I'm going to draw a horizontal line going through here. Okay, the last one, let's see, x equals means it's got to be vertical. Vertical. Okay, now x equals 0, oh, that's right here. How do I know which way to go? Because I know it's vertical, I will draw it going this way, even though it's right on top of my axis. Okay, so if you see an equation that has only an x or only a y, then it's either going to be horizontal or vertical, and now you should be able to graph them fairly quickly.